Bismillah. Assalamu alaikum. So in lesson 24, we covered conditions and deficient verbs, which in Arabic are known as al-af'al al-nasikha, right? So we began the lesson by covering the usage of law, which is a type of shart, which is a condition. Conditions in Arabic require three parts. So the first is a harfu shart, which is a conditional particle, such as law, right? And essentially what this indicates is the kind of condition that's being placed, such as if. So if I were to do this, then this would happen, right? So our condition is if. It has the same meaning if put before a past tense or a present tense verb. So it's not like qad or kana, which can change in meaning if you have a present tense or past tense verb coming after it. Rather, with this particle, it's going to remain the same. Some attach a letter to the jaza, which is the result, we'll look at that after, with no effect on translation. So for example, law, when that's brought forward, the jaza, the result of the condition, will have a lam attached to it in some cases. So after you have the harfu shart, which is the conditional particle, then you have the shart, which is the condition itself. So this is done through a verb, and it implies the condition. The second is coming after is then the jaza, which is the result. And the result pretty much can only occur if the condition is fulfilled, and it's done through a second verb. So we're going to have harf, particle, verb 1, verb 2. Verb 2 is our result, and sometimes it can have a letter attached to it, attached to the front, depending on the harfu shart. So we said law can sometimes come with a lam in some cases. So sometimes you'll see law coming as the harfu shart, and the jaza will have a lam attached to it. One thing to keep in mind is that the jaza and the shart, the condition and the result, cannot be separated, as in there cannot be any words in between them. They're now going to act together. Okay, so let's take a look at an example. So the condition that we studied was law, and it is a specific type of harfu shart, right? Which is a condition of which is a particle of condition, which is a conditional particle, sorry. And it's used to express an unfulfilled condition in the past with if. Law will sometimes cause the jaza, the result, to have a lam attached to the front, giving the meaning of certainty, right? So let's take a look at an example. لو خرجت لا خرجت. So this la here is added to the second verb, which is our jaza, the result, because of law. So law will act as a harfu shart. Kharajta, our first verb, will be our shart, our condition, and then la kharajtu will be our jaza, which is our result. And this would be translated as, if you had left, I would have left, right? So it's a conditional statement. So first we have the kind of condition coming first, then the condition, which is expressed through the first verb, and then finally the result of the condition, which is expressed through the second verb, and it takes that lam because of the harfu shart. And as we said before, this does not apply to every single harfu shart. Rather, it is something that is specific to some of them. So there's another one that will actually add a fa to it. I can't remember which one that is, but we'll learn them in the future, inshallah. So let's take a look at another example. لو زرعت لحصدن. So this would mean, if you had sown, we know this is you because of the ta on the end, right? It's being conjugated. If you had sown, I would have harvested, right? And let's take a look at an example from the Quran. So لو كان فيهما آلهة إلا الله لفسدتا. So law is acting as a harfu shart. The shart here is actually an entire expression, and it's being started with a verb, which is kana, and everything that comes after it. And then after we have our jaza, which is our result, and that's la fasadata. And this la is here because of law, right? And we would translate this as if within, and it's referring back to the skies and the earth, because that was specified before, there were gods other than Allah, then those two, referring to the skies and the earth, would have become corrupt. And yeah, that is harfu shart. Assalamu alaikum.